Cali finest, baby. Proof of grind all the time. Music money, got a dollar sign. Hub City. I'm a street nigga, streets fuck with me. I'ma keep pushing products till the fans get me. It's guap off top, diamond Cartier. That nigga Wall won't give a broke bitch the time of day. They see me climbing, they see me shine.
Professor Melly Mill, the Hood Postman, you know that vibe is, I'm back. Listen, man, life is never made unbearable by the circumstances, but by the lack of meaning and purpose. Say, just the other day when I was speaking to Sack, and we started talking about the homies and stuff, and I had to go back and ruminate in my own mind and try to, then put the clarification and sometimes the understanding, because sometimes when you're speaking about certain things, you so joyful about what you're speaking on, and you'll misspeak. You know what I mean? That happens sometimes. That just part of the process. Nothing to do with SAG. It was just all me, because he remembered the homie but his name was Musmouse. His name was Reginald Edwards. And then we also had the homie Dean, which was Knuckles, his brother. I used to call his brother Scarface. We had a homie named Hugo. And then my homie Ivan Brooks. IB Midnight, man, had one of the coldest hand games around there. That was just on the park side, you know what I mean? And sometimes we fail to give those people their props, and they just do, you know what I mean? I want to shout SAG out for mentioning it, you know what I mean? But life is never made unbearable by the circumstances, but only by its lack of purpose and meaning. And I like to give things meaning and give it context, you know what I mean? And be just in the right space when I'm talking about it. I hope you guys are enjoying your day. It's Monday, actually. They call it Stormy Monday. And let me go back a little bit too, when I was talking about the Bee Gees. See, the Bee Gees, the OBGs, they had built themselves up in a way that would forever stamp their approval. They were the standard bearers of that era. Standard bearers. And when I say standard bearers, they really put the gangster in the OBG and the Crip to it. You know what I'm saying? Because they brought on a whole set of energy, enthusiasm, and they met the challenges. So when I was speaking about them, and I think I kind of referred to them as being under gangster being them first, but no, they had their own philosophy. And although gangster name is Baby Gangster, but they were the OBGs. So there were two different entities, and of course G created the G Force, but didn't have nothing to do with the OBGs. Just wanted to tell y'all that, you know what I mean? So G had his situation, and the OBGs had their situation. So never wanted to give out anything that was gonna not be able to give those individuals, like my homie Tub, T-Dog, Gurch, Gator, let's see, Bruno, Arthur, my homie Whipple, another hand god. I can't not talk about the Whipple. The boy whip on people so more, that's going to give the name Whipple, because he put out that Whipple. So, hopefully we'll be able to go down that lane to where we can talk about those individuals, man, because I'm talking about, man, hand god times two, so, and when you think about those individuals like Steve and my homie Bird, I can't take them for Bird. Bird is, even though he ain't no OBG, but he's still, up in there, recognized, gotta give him his flowers for what he did and his accomplishments to that culture. And there's so many more. The Big Buses, the Counts, the Rick Rocks, the Kens, my homie Ken Dog, rest in peace. Will, so can't take nothing from him, man. And so, what I mean? That thing was like that life right there during that time is where dudes was walking around with them goddammits in their hand. That's how vicious it was. A sack somewhere tucked on them, but a goddamn it in their hand. Walking up and down the block, the Spring, the S block, like Willow or Rose or whatever, like it was like the Wild Wild West, like it was the old Western days, That's just how, vital it was, the function and the key to life and the survival, the tools. You had to have the right tools, the right mechanisms, and also keep the head on the swivel. Because we lost our little homie, little Johnny, who was in the Brownies, you know what I mean? And that was, I was reflecting back on that, how did that happen? But, and I don't really believe Johnny really fully embraced the talent like that. But, he was a homie and he hung out, you know what I mean? So I really can't say, was he full, you know what I mean? Like, he lived next to Rudy and Nubob, some more of my homies, truly, they believed in what they did, you know what I mean? Can't take nothing from them. Did what they had to do, So there's that, you know what I mean? So I just wanted to, clear that up for a moment, you know what I mean? Because you don't never want to give somebody credit for somebody who earned their own credit, They get extra points for being OBGs, and that's real. If you characterize people by their actions, you'll never be fooled by their words. Church.
I'm a street nigga, streets fuck with me. I'ma keep pushing products till the feds get me.